Baby?
Yeah, we was a baby. Like
First of all, your shooting motion?
Yeah, my shooting motion. 28,000 points, 9,000 more points than you. So taught him how to shoot. And, you know, when he was young, I always made him watch Uncle T-Mac, Uncle Kobe, Uncle LeBron. And, you know, he's been working on his game. And, you know, that was a great shot, great team win. And it's been a great night.
You know, what's interesting, you know, obviously, Sharice's playing behind it, but, you know, the other kids are playing. They're all here as well.
And they're so dominant. My youngest, Miara, averages 40, 11 years old. My daughter, Mimi, 29 and 15, and Shakir about 20 and 6.
Those are Shaq-like numbers.
You know it, baby.
SLN. You got the family tree. I like that. I like that. And then I got to have my Aim High kids here.
Yeah, I know. It was tremendous.
Malloy
They all look good in their warm-ups, man.
Yeah. And Ernie, I got two other daughters. Come up here. Millie and Rose. Come on up here.
They're saying no.
Come say hi.
They're refusing.
Yeah,
they don't play sports. They're the brainiacs in the family.
I'm going to say, wait.
Millie and Rose.
I got to say what Malloy's averaging.
What's Malloy averaging?
Malloy's averaging A+, and he's averaging about 10 points in 10
KLN. Kenny like numbers.
10 and 10 right now. 10 and 10.
Yeah, see why he got all them commercials, Kenny.
Yeah.
Got to pay for all them kids.
Highlight time, Minnesota at Golden State. There is Steph Curry, one of the captains for the All-Star teams. And it was just vintage Golden State early on. In fact, a team that leads the NBA with 20 fast break points per game, had 24 of those in the first quarter.
Chuck and I we watching the game, and it marvels us the way they shoot the basketball and the way they move the basketball. We actually in awe watching them play.
This right here is how basketball is supposed to be played. You move the ball, take the high percentage shot.
They're all night long, too.
All night long. You know, Kenny, a lot of people always say, well, I don't care who gets the shot. These guys generally don't care who gets the most points or whatever.
Steph gets this shot.
Don't look at them.
Because they play so fast, they're going to get more attempts than most teams. So you're going to get your 15, 16 shots, and they're going to be open shots, which you can knock down easily.
String music, baby.
Beat that team 4 times, I dare you. So 74-62 at the half.
Oh, don't leave that dude open.
Yeah, well, you can't leave Clay. You can't leave Durant.
No, but you
can't leave Steph. You might can leave Draymond. You definitely can leave Josh.
You can't leave that boy right there. Boy named Clay. I'm going to call him Clay because his mama called him Clay.
Kevin Durant had a triple-double, by the way, his second of the year.
Hey, if I'm passing the ball to Clay, I'm going to have a triple-double too.
Oh, this is crazy. This is like 2K. Like when you play 2K. This
Come on,
crazy.
man.
Come on, man.
8 of 11 threes in the third quarter.
Back-to-back champions. Might as well go and give it to him.
106-83.
Jamal Crawford played great tonight.
Give it to him, Jamal.
Jamal played great tonight. This dude is unbelievable.
Him and Lou Williams, they never age.
And Eric Gordon's fantastic too off the bench. He's the starter bench guy from Houston.
6-point game.
Don't leave this guy.
Leave it.
They didn't leave him open because it's Durant. You had the help of the help.
Yeah, I'd rather have a guy get 2 than 3 though.
Oh my God, what about this?
This is going to be 3.
Come on.
Golden State wins it 126-113. They're 39-10. Minnesota goes to 31-20, and they've lost 2 in a row, which is their high losing streak for the season is 2 straight. They lose by 13. They've lost 4 straight at Golden State. And the Warriors are 28-3 now when they shoot 50% or better. And they shot 54% tonight.
That would be an interesting stat for the crew to look up.
What would be?
You said they've lost 4 in a row at Golden State.
Yeah.
How many teams
have not lost 4 straight at Golden State?
No, who actually have lost 4 straight to Golden State?
Either or. We'll know the answer for both if you find out one.
Anyway,
do something, underdog.
JBL 3-point performance. All-time 3-pointers made. Jamal Crawford and Steph Curry.
I'm in playoffs. You put me in the playoffs, I'll be up there.
Both in the top in 3-pointers made in their career.
I have a question, Ernie.
Vince Carter got 2,074.
Well, he got to last 2,000 the last 3 years.
You know, what's your point of discussion that you'd like to?
I just thought of this when Shaq said about you might as well give him the trophy. I just remember when Mark Jackson was the coach, and he invited me up to Coach C. Golden State. And he's like, Kenny, you see the guys in this locker room? I'm like, yeah. They're going to be meeting the president one day. I'm like, what do you mean? What, there's a social issue going on? They're like, no, they're going to win a championship. And at that time, I did not see it. And he was talking about Draymond and how Steph, and he's like, they're going to be the best basketball players in the world. And when Mark was there and you said that, I'm looking at him like, he's just talking because he's their coach. He can't evaluate that type of talent and think that they are. And then you add Kevin Durant to that. It's just an unbelievable thought process. But again, Mark Jackson saw that, obviously, and his management saw that then. But I did not see that when he was telling me that story.
You know, the fact that they trust each other, they rely on each other, and like I said earlier, they generally don't care who gets most of the points. You can tell that they love playing with each other, and, you know, they play with such joy, and they play the right way. You know, it's a lot of teams with a 1-2-3 punch, and if one guy holds on the ball too long, it messes up the flow of the offense. But these guys are free flowing, the ball, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, and it's the unselfishness there too, because you see a guy like Durant who's got a wide open three and says, no, but Clay's got the wide open, even the more wide open three in the corner, and hits him. That's
too many options. Huh?
Too many options.
Yeah, I mean, how are you going to contend with that? How are you going to cover all that, Chuckster?
Well, number one, I think you still got to try to beat him up down low. I mean, you got to make Draymond and Kevin wear down. You got to beat him 4 times. You're not going to outshoot him, but you go down low like Karl-Anthony Towns. He's going to have an advantage against Draymond and Kevin down low, and that might wear them down in a 7-game series, or they might get in foul trouble. But you're not going to just outscore these guys. I think, I tell you what, would be an interesting matchup if they played the Pelicans with Anthony Davis and Boogie down low. I mean, because nobody going to stop Boogie down low. And Anthony Davis can guard out on the floor, and he can go down low. It's going to take a team with some big guys, at least one that can dominate and get those 2 guys in foul trouble.
The only team I remember in a while that played fast and still played inside was your Phoenix Suns team.
Yeah.
What did you guys consciously do to get you the ball in the post but still score close to 115 points a game?
Well, number one, we worked inside out. I want the double team because I wanted to get Dan Marley going. I'm looking for Ced Ceballos. I'm looking for Oliver Miller and Mark West, guys like that. You have to have a combination of both. This team is unique. They don't have a low post guy.
No.
They're going to rely on those 3 guys to score. And I don't think you're not going to bring 3 other guys to score like those 3 guys. But they've got the guard on the other end of the floor. First of all, you can let Draymond shoot. But you got to make him play defense. You got to make Kevin play defense.
So you're saying you don't slow it down, but you got to you speed up to go inside.
You have to mix it up. Like Minnesota, they got Draymond or Kevin trying to guard Karl-Anthony Towns, and he's standing up here at half court. What advantage is that?
Let's move on.
Yeah. I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me.